Can you guys hear me now? Please tell me you can hear me. I'm like, please. I hope so. I can't believe I was talking. You guys could take that off when I upload it and edit it in the actual studio because that's a no-go. Okay. Yay. Awesome. It's crazy. I put in my mic and there's this button here that mutes it. And I guess I muted it for some reason and it was blinking. I was like, that is weird. I did not do that. So hello, beautiful souls. How are you guys doing? It's so great to see some familiar faces. What I was saying in this whole intro, and I feel so bad because some of you guys were on here and I just noticed that it wasn't like the volume wasn't working. So today I'm answering all your questions. I thought at least once a week, what we can do is do like a Q&A here on YouTube where you guys can ask any questions that you have. I have heaps and loads of questions from my TikTok and also from your comments that you guys have been asking. And I want to just make sure that I'm answering it properly and helping you guys out. I will do a card reading at the end as per usual, because I think it's so important. So me, I'm Shika. It's so nice to meet you. If it's our first time meeting, I do lives every single day at 1 p.m. Eastern time. And I also do uploads at 12:30 p.m. Eastern time. Today's a little bit later because today's topic is on ancestral healing and why it's so important. And that is the collective message that we're getting for 2020 through all the things that have been happening energetically. And I'll be going over that. So that's going to be uploaded actually today at 2:30 p.m. Eastern time. So which is really awesome. I just thought it would be helpful for you guys to do it either before or after our live when I do my uploads, because then you're already online, you have that time. So it will be premiering at 2:30, which I'm super excited for. So ask me any questions that you have in the comment section. I will also be going through all the questions through my TikTok here. You guys can't see it. Instagram, because I get a lot of DMs. I spent almost 2 hours this morning. I haven't responded to everyone. Trying to respond to YouTube, TikTok, which you guys have a lot of questions. Any TikTokers here? I'd love to hear you guys in the comments because you guys are amazing. You have such great questions. And I know a lot of you guys are just starting out your journey. So yeah, I'm really trying to be helpful and giving. My minimum is like 3 tips a day. I feel like 3 tips a day, that's like 3 minutes of commitment a day to offer. And if I can do more, that's awesome. But that's really what I'm hoping to help you guys out with. And then on Instagram, which you guys send me voice messages, which I'm so grateful for. And I always love reading them. So questions, let them flow my way. I will slowly start to go through the comment section. So let's start with TikTok because there's so many there and it was like overwhelming. So here, there was one question. What do you do when that a specific person used to be close to and we got into a fight and stopped talking for a few months and now he is distant? So this was a question by Alma1NA. Thank you so much for your question. Basically, one of the biggest things I would say is, this is a great question. Alma Soul, I will answer that right after. And peace and love to everyone. Everyone, you guys are so amazing. Great gratitude to you all. I just want to send some gratitude and love to each and every single one of you guys. I'm so appreciative. So one of the questions is like when you're trying to manifest someone, and the number one thing is to ask yourself, am I speaking into existence? And I speak about this a lot because you saying that the person's been distant for quite a while and feeling almost like that personal self-worth getting determined and measured through the person not speaking to you is really one of the biggest things that actually blocks us from our manifestation. So I got a lot of comments of people asking questions about exes and past relationships and how to go through all that. And here with your comment and question, it's just saying, used to be super close and now we got into a fight. So the fight is something that is going to energetically cause that block, right? There is the sense of one emotion that you need to do in order to manifest that person. And it's for each of you guys to come through the situation in love, to forgive each other. And in doing that, the flow of energy between the two parties, whether it's friendships, relationships, whatever it may be, intimate relationships will flow quicker. So keep that in mind. If you have noticed someone has been distant with you, ask yourself, what was the last energetic connection that you guys had in person? How do you feel towards the person? Are you feeling resentfulness? Are they feeling resentfulness to you? There needs to be forgiveness between that. there needs to be a healing. Now, you can do forgiveness without actually communicating with the person. How do you do that? It's by imagining the person. It's called my core technique, and I will do a video thoroughly with you guys. I might even do a meditation for you, but it's when you're facing the person and picturing the person right in front of you, and you're closing your eyes, and you would picture a cord towards your heart, your sacral and root chakra, as well as your third eye, because these are the main places energetically that someone is connected, and it is the core areas that you want to focus on. So as you do that, you want to make sure that whatever friction, pretend there is friction between you two. You should be able to easily feel it, or at least see it. One of your gifts will come through. Some of us, we feel it. Some of us, we see it. And in doing that, you want to pretend like there is this white light that is healing both of you, and you picturing yourself telling the person, I forgive you. I love you. Thank you. Please forgive me. Like, that's all you have to do. I love you. Thank you. I forgive you. I am safe. And saying those words and picturing you both saying that to each other is a perfect way of doing that. When I was in an abusive relationship years ago, I thought that my way of healing it was to communicate with the person. But in all, if I had all this resentfulness and I wasn't able to emotionally feel forgiveness, because every time I would see that person, I would get angry because of the pain that I saw within the eyes of that person that represented the pain that I was experiencing, it was not going to heal. So the best way for me to go about healing that person was to actually heal by myself. And that's why I say meditation and state of being is so important, because visualization can really help us so much with the self-sabotaging, self-worth, the blocks that we have with our manifestation, all of that. And I think that's what's going to really help you out. So I hope that helps you, Alma19A. Thank you so much. Love and light to you. Okay, so Amasal, thank you so much. It's so great to see you. And how can I chant for our manifestation? How long? So manifestation, as far as chanting, I do want to talk a little bit more about this. I love chanting. I think it's so amazing. One of my favorite things to do is to chant after visualization. It's a very powerful thing, and I feel the vibration of it going into my other days. And it is so impactful if you use it properly. So when you're using chanting for manifestation, one of my biggest things I will say is set an intention. What is your intention for your meditation? What are you focusing on manifesting? Then you want to use the visualization of visualizing exactly what you want in the present tense. So maybe you're picturing yourself of what you're wearing right now, living the life and having the things that you are manifesting in that life. So it's making it realistic in this life-to-life, day-to-day scheduling, basically, what you want to manifest. When you do that, in doing that, I actually take my hands, and I said, love is the most powerful thing for everything, healing and manifestation. I put my hands on my chest. I close my eyes. And this is a great, simple, basic idea of how to use chanting. And I chant or which is one of the highest and most strongest chants to use when you are manifesting. So is yum, which yum is the heart chakra. It depends on, like, again, the manifestation that you're doing. And there's other techniques that I talk about. Again, guys, I really want to do more meditations with you. So let me know, like, what things you're trying to focus on your manifestation, so I can create more videos for you. But when you do that, you are feeling this energy and this clearing, that this chant will allow you to have a passage, like almost like clearing the passage between your head, which your head is the funnel of energy that goes towards the universe, right? So if you have blocks in any parts of your body, that energy is not going to be able to flow, i.e. that visualization will not be able to flow. But if you and repeat and repeat and repeat and hold yourself to the vibration of breath and state of being, that's going to automatically, just psychologically, through the sense of using sound, will allow you to eliminate any fear, any doubts, any negativity, any of those emotions that you're feeling that are outside of bliss, gratitude, love, happiness, believing that the universe has it for you. It's just a matter of time to catch up with it exactly. So when you think that way, it really allows you to eliminate a lot of the thought of there is a lack of someone supporting us. There is a lack of the ability of me being able to manifest. So yeah, chanting is amazing. Let me know if that answers your question, Almasal. I think that's a beautiful question. Again, I would love to do more chanting. You guys saw that I did it in the full moon meditation. I will be doing a new moon meditation this coming Sunday, 9 p.m. Eastern time. So if you're interested in coming, it will include healing, meditation, and chanting. I used chanting the last time, and a lot of you guys said that was very effective. And I want to talk about the benefits of chanting a little bit more with you. Again, there's just so much you can learn within spirituality and the consciousness of a being that we can cover. And I'm so excited to jump into it more with you guys. So hopefully that answers your question. Peace and love to you, Emissal. Let's go with the other questions. If you have any other ones, please feel free to put them in the comments. No, don't be shy. There are no such things as no good questions. we're a free, respectful space here. So I just want to share that with you guys. Okay, so also, if you don't receive a sign, does it mean it won't work? Universe and source are always giving us signs. And this question is resulting to how to manifest. Just a heads up for you guys, the comment. And this is by Ashaja, Ashaja, I hope I'm saying it. It's AISJHA.AA. Peace and love to you. I think one of the biggest things here is that when you're thinking about receiving, source and universe is always giving you signs. There are signs happening right now, whether you know it or not. The more, and this is why I told people, and this is why my channel is all about consciousness, is because the more we tap into our intuitive gifts that we each and every single one of us have, the more that we're able to understand that what is being received and what is being downloaded and what is our universe speaking to us in different forms. So there are always signs. It's just that we need to be calmer. And the simple state of breath, which was one of our words of the day a few weeks back, was breath. And the reason why is because when we are able to breathe, like when I'm talking to you guys, I'm conscious of my breath. Because if I can be breath, I'm in stillness. And if I'm in stillness, there is no other emotion of anxiety, depression, any other things that come up, stress that come up. So receiving, if I don't receive a sign, you're always receiving a sign. Source is always giving you crumbs to the next step that you need to do. Source is always telling us what we need to work on. Source is always there to congratulate us on what we are doing well on. So ask yourself, and if you can even ask your higher self, show me a sign or confirm with me. And in doing that, they might not show it to you right then, but throughout the day, you might have something that just resonates. And that's where the gut comes through. That is when the emotion can really seep through, and you just have to believe in that ability and that power within you. So I hope that answers your question. That was a beautiful one. I'm just going into the comments right now. So Juliet said, I write forgiveness letters and feel so much lighter and can let go so much easier. Juliet, that's a beautiful, beautiful technique. Forgiveness letters is the way that I was able to help with my trauma. I used to write letters, and it was so hard for me. I would only be able to do 5 sentences to write a letter towards the person who I resented so much, that gave me so much pain. But at the end of the day, when we release that emotion goes to earth, that goes to universe, and we're able to shed that away from our being and our energy field. So that's why it's so important. And I stress so much that always try to, just sit with yourself, because we are always needing to release, especially if you're someone who is manifesting a lot. I got a question on TikTok saying that, how do I stay? Oh, no, sorry. That was on our support group, our Facebook support group. One of the girls in the group asked me, okay, Shika, how do I focus on manifestation? I have these big manifestations and I'm really nervous about it. I don't know what to do. Can I manifest all of them at the same time? For sure. But the question is have you been focusing on your manifestation as much as the healing and cleansing? There has to be a balance. You can't want and want and want, because if you want so much, it gets to the point of creating towards feeding a pleasure of a facade, and it doesn't work towards making sure that you are being grateful for what you're getting, right? So that's why it's so important for us to have a balance between the two, to have a balance between those people. That's why you notice a lot of well-loved and liked people in this world. And just think of a few people that come to mind when I'm speaking to you right now that are very wealthy, that are doing very well in their life, but they are the most humble souls because they have a balance. They are grateful for what they do, but they manifest crazy, crazy goals behind the scenes. And they use these internally. And there's a lot of things that I always say that if you are manifesting big things, then you should be releasing some big things too. If you are manifesting money, You should be being mindful of where your money goes, what energy you're exchanging that money with. If you are manifesting a relationship, then you need to love yourself as much as you would love your partner and your soulmate or your twin flame. That is the part that I think is so crucial for us to consider. And when we're able to do that, I think forgiveness just naturally comes. One day you'll just wake up and you'll forgive things, and there'll be a sense of peace with certain things that maybe right now you're still going through. But it's just going to come through so easily and so naturally. And I think that is the beauty of this whole experience, right? So I hope that kind of helps with your comment there, Julia. And if any of you guys, if that resonates with you, please feel free to share in the comments. So other question I got was, when I script something, oh, here. Okay, so, hey, babe, I just wanted to ask. This is by Mona Lisa Miko 2. Hello, hello. Sending lemon light to you, my dear. So, hey, babe, I just wanted to ask. So I just started getting into law of attraction, manifestation, all of that. Congrats. That's amazing. I started off with scripting. When I script something, do I just write it once and that's it? Or do I keep on writing it every night? The most effective way, and I would really suggest for all of you, if you have not read the book, The Magic, please do. I want to do a review on it because I feel like one of my good friends told me about the book, and it is a life-changing concept, life-changing things that you can learn from that space. And I really want to just guide you guys. If you haven't, please go read the book. It is really, really good. I always suggest start your day with it. When it feels good, write it. Writing it on your phone does not do the same justice as writing it on pen to paper and feeling the energy, putting in that manifestation energy from your energy field into that paper and holding it either in your pocket or on your altar with all of your crystals and reviewing it. What I like to do is I kind of split my scripting in half. So at the beginning of my meditation, I talk about my intention. I write down my one intention for my meditation and I set it in present tense. I am so grateful for blah, blah, blah. My intention is blah, 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 whatever it is. I meditate and I visualize whatever is connected to that intention. I give thanks. And at the end of it, I script. So usually my scripting is probably a page long and my journal isn't really big. I script for a page long. And what that does is it confirms it. Now that my vibration is super high after meditation, I'm putting that into the paper. I'm making it existing. I'm adding my action to what I'm seeing. I'm creating that. And that's a lot of stuff that Bob Proctor and a lot of other people talk about. You're putting it back into the paper, and that's super crucial. So I would say do it in the morning for sure. Number one, starting your morning, putting intention is going to really determine how much you're going to be living in the life or living in existence of your manifestation, as opposed to doing it at the end of the day. But the end of the day is great if you really want to manifest quicker. Now I do it twice a day. I do it in the morning, I do it at night. And adding that extra night really makes a big difference because you have 8 hours to process the last thing that you thought about. The last thing that your brain thinks about, whether it's a television show, whether it's a book, whatever it is the last thing that it processes. And based on that, that can really change the energy and it can also seep into your subconscious. So I'll give you an example. I had a manifestation that happened that I'll share with you guys later. But part of that manifestation process of how I was able to bring that in is I talked about it the night of. And then the next day, that morning, I got confirmation with it because source and guide, and goes back to the question, how do I know I'm getting a sign from source to go forward with something or to get those little, signs that I need to do this or that and make decisions based on what universe wants me to do. I had this intense gut feeling to do an Instagram story and ask the question to you guys. So I asked it and I said, it is done. Universe will help me with this by the end of the day. Within 1 hour, I was able to manifest it. Within 1 hour, it was so confirmed that I was like, yeah, it works. It just works, right? So I would say scripting at night and in morning is going to multiply the speed, but ask yourself, be prepared to accept that when it comes in. Remember to clear out anything else that's old right now in your life to remove that energy and replace it with something good. But just keep that in mind. I think that's super, super important. So yeah, morning, 100%, night doubles them. And it talks about that in The Magic. Or let it say do the 3-6-9 method, which I'll do a video on that. Getting someone 3-6-9 method. I know a lot of people have been asking me questions. You can do that if you want. It's up to you. But I personally don't do the 3-6-9 method for manifestation. If you guys do, let me know. Let me know if you have any, maybe even things that you want to share about your manifestation by doing it. But basically it goes on the numerology. So if you guys are really into numerology, and Abraham Hicks talks about it, that's kind of what the 3-6-9 method goes along. And yeah, it's just basically talking about it 3 times a day, following that lineage of that time. So yeah, again, it's up to you, but I really think mornings are really good. If you're overthinking about your manifestation, it should come natural. Find what works for you. And that's why I really try to show different manifestation styles on my channel, because I know everyone's different and some people resonate more with others more than the other, right? So you just want to be mindful of that. So thank you for that beautiful question, Mona Lisa. Michael 12. Okay, so next question we have is, here we go. If I'm trying to manifest my ex, is it okay if I manifest multiple times in multiple ways? 100%. That's just going to amplify the manifestation to happen quicker. And this is by Catherine Wood on TikTok. Yeah, 100%. The reason why is because when you're manifesting someone, sometimes if I really want something quicker, I will manifest it twice a day. But remember, this is one of my favorite quotes. Say it and forget it. State it and forget it. It is so, and forget it. If you're waiting and looking at your time, waiting for the manifestation, time will never come. Manifestation will never come, because you're waiting on the sense of the fear of the doubt that it will not come. That's the emotion of waiting, playing the waiting game. So say it, believe in it, live within it, and forget it. And you will notice that time will match with it, because universe has this flow of energy, and it brings us opportunities dependent on the flow. When you're focusing on time, you're preventing flow from coming through, right? So if you're waiting for someone to text you and you keep checking the time as far as when you manifested it to now, that's going to be an issue. But what you could do instead is to journalize your manifestation, and you can keep track of it. What I like to do is go through my journal and scroll through and just make sure that I was like, oh yeah, I manifested that a week ago and it happened. Because that lets me know how much faster I am going with my manifestation. It's also great because if you have manifested something like 3 weeks ago that you wanted initially 1 week ago, you can go back and see how you were feeling. We are changing every minute, every hour, right? We're evolving as conscious souls having a human experience. So keep that in mind, that, every single day and times of the day, you're going to be different emotions, different feels, and that's completely fine. So I hope that answered your question. That was a really good one. Did you guys have any questions, by the way? I feel like I'm doing a lot of just like the ones here, but I want to make sure that you guys are being answered, by the way. Hey, my crush told me that he didn't want me and he's talking to someone else. It hurts me so much, and we've been together. It hurts me so much, but we are going to see each other tomorrow. I'm very nervous. Okay, so my question is, and this is just me being a pep talk, and this is It's Cherish, which sending you love and light, my dear. One of the things that I always say is we can manifest people, but when someone is not coming into our life, and on our side of our manifestation, everything is working, but on their side it isn't, there are 2 things you have to think about. Number 1 is the conflict that I mentioned to you before. Number 2 is you're manifesting someone that person doesn't represent, right? I remember when I was in a relationship that was not healthy, I thought that he was the person I was supposed to manifest, yet it was my partner that I'm currently with now. But then when I got to my partner that I'm currently with now, I was like, wait a minute, I thought I was manifesting the right person this whole time, and I wasn't, right? I wasn't. So ask yourself, sometimes when you're manifesting someone like an ex or a past friend or something like that, they have evolved as well energetically. So look first at the things that you want in a friend. Look first in the things that you want in your soulmate, in your twin flame, and whatever it may be. Look at the attributes. Focus on that, not so much on the cord or the connection of which someone that is from the past, right? When you focus on that energy too much, You are not allowing yourself to be open to flow, open to energy, and open to other possibilities that the universe might have for you that is supposed to be for you. And you're going the wrong direction. So for you, I would say, ask yourself, does my ex that I'm about to talk to tomorrow match my energy? Does my friend that I'm about to talk to tomorrow match my energy? Does that job that, I've evolved so much, does that align with me still? And if it doesn't, then that's your answer. You are manifesting you're manifesting your energy to the wrong person. You need to manifest it to the universe and kind of start with, where am I at? What do I need in my life? What is needed for me? What am I actually truly manifesting? And this person doesn't represent that. So that's my answer for you. I think that's a great question. Juliet, she says she's learning so much today. Love it. I love it. I get so excited to answer these questions with you guys. And again, I feel so bad because like you're engaging in everything and I do get to them, but sometimes I get to them later in my other day. I split up my engaging and responding with you guys. So just want to let you guys know that. What do I do when there was so much love in a relationship, but when we broke up, he is now distant and cold. It's tough at times to keep it positive. This is from Ash BSRS. Thank you so much for your comment. So here it's really, again, it comes down to relationships. If they're being cold, there's a reason. Body pain, right? We talked about body pain. What is body pain? It's someone that is not coming from a space of love. They are coming from any other emotion based on traumas or experiences that they have. And it could be within your relationship before, it could be from your current relationship or from someone else that hurt them in the past. Now, if you're thinking about there being cold and distant after you guys broke up, there is something that is off. There is a sense of lack of forgiveness that is happening between the two. Being positive is going to be hard because this person is energetically disconnecting themselves from you, but your heart wants to still be connected to them. So I talk about this with the detachment, law of attraction detachment videos. So I'd really suggest you go and watch it if anyone is having problems detaching from any relationships or people. And one of the things I talk about is the cord technique, which is very important. The rose technique, the cord technique, and I also talk about the one that I mentioned before, but more thoroughly. So that's really what you need. You need to kind of energetically cleanse from that. This is the time for you to rebuild your self-love within your heart chakra, your solar plexus of your self-worth in a relationship, and how you visualize yourself in society, how people visualize yourself and you as a couple, and being separated from that is going to create this kind of emptiness within you. And in doing that, you need to create new energy, get out in motion, which I talk about quite a bit. So yeah, I think that's one of the biggest tips I would tell you to get started, at least, is just manifesting more love for yourself, healing, and understanding that if someone is distant, that means that they are not willing to put that energy into the relationship, is what I'm feeling from this specific situation. And in doing that, staying positive comes from building more of new energy within you. So thank you for your question. Sending you love and light. That was amazing. Okay, so here, manifest it and then go live life. Okay. Try not to focus on the world. Yeah, 100%. Don't wait. Please don't wait on the time for your manifestation to come. This is one of the biggest things that can really push you back. There was actually a really good question I got last night, which really touched me for some reason. And I wanted to answer. Hopefully it's coming up soon. A lot of great comments. So I'm just going through, scrolling here. This is from Saggy_82. And I just want to say thank you for being so vulnerable on my TikTok and just my responding to that, because this is something I want to share with you guys. I'm hoping to do a video on this. My ex is emotionally toxic and exhausting and does more harm than good in my children's lives. I do not wish him harm, but we choose for him to leave. So here is a great example. Sometimes, and I've had this experience. So to any of you guys who are survivors of trauma or anything, please, I send you love and light. When you're in it or getting out of it, it is so hard to see anything beyond that. And I always tell people manifestation, law of attraction, life, bad, good, whatever thing it is, it's all based on perception. Right? So as someone who's been in something, and as humans, we don't like change, and going through an emotional toxic relationship, it's going to be very hard for you to not feel bad for the person, right? Because we're all human and we all want the best and we all just want to work with love. that's truly what we want at the end of the day. And when we are taught based on this experience that this is what we should be used to because of the toxic abusiveness that we've experienced, it's really hard for us to disconnect it. I want to say I congratulate Saggy_82. I don't know your name, but I know you're in your TikTok, because it is very hard to move out of that. And I remember moving out saying, what in the world did I do? I just left someone out of the midst of things. But actually, I saved myself. I saved myself from being sucked into a relationship that could have got worse, that could have been life jeopardizing as well. And that's the part that you need to hold on to. So really understand that if you are trying to not manifest, because the other part of the question, which I'm trying to find from her, and I can't really find it, but I remember on the top of my head, she was just asking that she doesn't want to manifest this person back into her life. And she's scared that she will manifest this person. She said, can I manifest someone leaving my life permanently? Yes, you can. If you don't do the clearing and the energy, if you leave someone and you want them to not be part of your life, the only way that you're going to be able to remove them is by making sure that you're disconnecting your energy from them. Okay. You don't need to contact them to do that. That is in no need in times for you. For people who've been through very deep traumas, one of the biggest tips that have helped me is shadow work. And I'm hoping to talk about this. I have a really exciting short documentary I'm going to be setting up for you guys, which is a big surprise. Once things get back into normal, and it's talking about shadow work and inner healing. And I will be showing with you guys certain different techniques that you can possibly might be open or feel inclined to look into. And I feel really called to teach through the eyes of my experience. So again, if there's any type of shadow work that you are being called to, please feel free to put it in the comments. I'd love, love, love to hear. But one of the biggest things is if you are trying to not manifest, remember, manifestation happens with thought, right? So if you're thinking about someone, even if they are toxic, even if they have other attributes about them that you do not like or can be painful for someone, your ability, you really need to work on healing. And in healing is to forgive the person and forgive them so much so where you can release their energy and know that they no longer serve them. You do not serve them anymore. You do not serve that relationship. Your kids don't serve that relationship. And you both need that healing in this time. So there needs to be a sense of withdrawal, and it's going to feel empty. It's going to feel exhausting. You're going to have times where you want to go back, but you need to know that you need to kind of take that step back in order for you to heal, so you don't end up manifesting that person back. And I've had those times where the person comes back and I was like, I don't know what's going on. I blocked them off social media. They're still coming back into my life. It's because I was still thinking about them subconsciously. And remember, our brain is over 80% of our subconscious thoughts. So if we're producing that over and over again, we are going to bring them back into our life. We don't want that, right? So great question. I thought this would be a beautiful one to share for you guys. So I really hope that inspired you a bit. And I thought it would also resonate with a few people. Manifestation success story I wanted to share. So I manifested a phone call from my ex last night, and she called me twice today. You just have to let it go and distract yourself. 100%. Say it and forget it. Say it and forget it. I feel like I should have merch that says say it and forget it, because I feel like people like myself and like so many of us, we sometimes forget to just say it and totally let go. And it's hard, but yeah. So Andrew, ADEN DREW _ Andrew, thank you so much for being part of that and sharing that. I really am happy. I'm so happy that you shared that. And I think it really inspires people, because a lot of people got motivated by hearing that. So I just want to say thank you, love and light to you. I really appreciate that. Okay, is there any other questions? Do you guys have any questions? Please feel free. I think I'm coming to the end of questions as far as now that were major. I'm going to scroll back up because I just got a new questions come through, I think. Here, it can work with someone that you have not talked to. Yeah, so another question similar by Elise Lou Lee from TikTok says, it can work for someone that I've never talked before, but see at school and made eye contact with. 100%. Even if you never saw the person, they never saw you, you can still manifest them into your life. That's why, like a lot of people, when you're manifesting soulmates or friendships, that you don't know who the person is, their name, or what they look like, you can still either create that visualization or even just manifest and work on their attributes. So I feel like attributes are the safest way to go because you're not chasing someone based on their looks. You're chasing them based on their energy. That's a good one for you. So yeah, did you guys have any other questions before we get into the reading, which I'm super excited for, by the way? Please let me know. Did you guys have any thoughts or things that came through in doing that chat? Because that was like super great. I really had fun talking to you guys about that. Please let me know as well. I'm so happy you guys are learning so much, which makes me so happy. Oops, okay. Some crystals. No? Okay, awesome. So I'm going to do the card reading for us as a collective. I've been loving doing a long spread for everyone. I just find like so many people enjoy it. Say it and forget it. I'm going to try that. Yeah, say it and forget it. Just do it. It helps so much. And I think we forget that we just need to not overthink things sometimes, right? And it's difficult. Like it truly is difficult. In a time where we feel like we have to compare and judge ourselves. As I was telling you this card came out for you, Juliet. So grief. So that really comes through the heart chakra. So understanding that grieving our fear of it not being able to be manifested, grieving our fear that you're overthinking based on past circumstances, I think is really big. So stop doing that. Focus on the heart space for you specifically, because that card just flew out. But for everyone, I really suggest grieving your fear, grieving your emotions that are holding you back, and telling them that, hey, you are not going to hold me back. I do not serve this energy. I am the pure potentiality of my creations, my emotions. I have full control of every single thing. I can create anything from this pen to this. Make yourself be the creator, because at the end of the day, and I always tell people, we are the universe. We are part of universe. We are all connected. We are the tree. We are the cup. We are the cards. We are everything. It is just showing a reflection of our higher self and what we are meant to know. And sometimes some of the things we're meant to know, we are not supposed to meant to know. You know, it just happens that way. So I think that to me, really, when you think about that, I am the universe, it gives you this power. Like I'm saying it right now, just like say it with yourself right now. I am the universe. I am the pure potentiality. I'm the pure creator of my emotions, of my abundance, of my manifestations, of what I attract in my life. And I have full control to shift it whenever I want to. And when you say that, say, I am so grateful that I have this power, that I have this connection to my inner self. It's just such a fire that you feel, you know? Yeah, I really have to work on actually letting go. Yeah, that is one of the biggest, and that's why grief came out. It's like, you know, how can we let go? And I think for you, what card came out talking to you, Ingrid, is balance. Like we all need to balance ourselves. You know, sometimes we're doing a little bit more grief and a little too much joy. We're not balancing the two. We're not manifesting the amount that we're releasing. We're not releasing the amount we want to manifest. There needs to be a balance between. And that comes in with practice, obviously, but I just wanted to share that with you guys because I think that came in. So for our meditation / our card reading, basically what we're going to do, if you guys haven't done a card reading with me, I do them every single day. And they're super helpful. I use these cards, which are the Work Your Light. They are literally my favorite. My guides and I kill these ones every single time. I mean kill, because we talk about its energy. We empower these cards. Don't use that word. Let's say empower. We're all about high vibrational words. Empower these amazing cards. And then we also have these ones, which are chakra ones. And I love these because usually when I'm speaking, things will come through and the card will fly out. And these ones are really great because it relates to what chakra that card connects to. And I feel like they're just a great balance. I will have more cards that I will add, which I'm really excited to share with you guys really soon. But for now, these are the ones. So we're going to just close our eyes as a collective together. And we're going to take 3 deep breaths in like we usually do. So I want you to take a deep breath in through the nose and out through the mouth. In through the nose and out through the mouth. In through the nose And out the mouth. I just want you to think about your intention and your question for today. What comes through for you naturally, or what's on your mind, just letting it go with your breath, focusing on your breath. And we're going to call onto our guides, Mother Earth, universe, source, to come through and to give us the cards and the messages that we have for today. And we are so grateful to have you here. Take one deep breath in through the nose and out through the mouth. And open your eyes. Great. Okay, so let's do our card reading. Let's see what our guides have for us today, which I'm super excited for. I love ending it with a good card reading, guys. That was beautiful. Okay, what do our guides have for us today? Okay, so there's a lot of deep inner work today. And it's funny because for all you guys who don't know, this new moon that is coming up right now is in Cancer. Cancer is, as like Pisces, they have very emotional, very heart-driven people. And I see these cards really coming in with the new moon energy. So if this week has been an emotional week for you, where you feel like you have to sleep longer, where you feel like you're more exhausted, where you feel like you're crying a little bit more, it totally makes sense because it's in Cancer. And Cancer, our sign in Cancer, our new moon in Cancer is really talking about emotional release, letting go of a lot of things. And this really comes down to our first card, which is replenish. Deep replenishing. How are you retreating and resting from your day-to-day life? How are you taking this time? I know right now, majority of the people, it's interesting how things sync up. Some people might be on their moon cycle for women out there. If you are on your moon cycle, that's because it's time to rest. This is the time, especially if you're in the new moon, please rest, take a day off, like let your body flow in energy. Juliet B says, I've been crying a lot. Yes, if you're very empathic, or even just in general, 90% of our conscious mind and emotions, so 90% of what we need to release and our emotional subconscious experiences are coming up right now. So this is time to replenish. And in doing that, we need to have devotion in our heart space, love ourselves more. Be kind. Don't get mad because you're not getting that work done because you're so exhausted. Don't get mad because of all the things that have been going on. And try to really feel the world, but don't feel it so much where you confuse yourself from your own emotions. And deep replenish also comes in with the heart space, because you'll also find that any traumas or experiences that have affected your heart chakra are intensified more. Any lessons within the heart space, which i.e., by the way, my favorite crystal is, one of my favorite crystals is for this new moon, and it is the rose quartz. If you have one of these right now, please use it. It will be your best friend. But I will say that tuning into the heart space is needed. You need more love. You need to give yourself more love. Write yourself a love letter. Write someone that you love a beautiful love letter out of nowhere, like your lover, your friend, whatever it may be. That is something that you can do at this time, is giving love to love yourself, to love, to write a letter to yourself, to love to someone else, showing it through energy and allowing that to multiply for you and the others around you. Mirror. So this is the one that kind of just brings everything together. What is being triggered right now? What is triggering you right now? When you cry, when you get emotional, when things are off, when you're angry, when you're feeling all these emotions that are very intensified at this time, what is triggering it? Ask yourself. And sometimes you just need to breathe. And, this card came out, which I think is very interesting, and it really reflects, is the impatience card. And the impatience card represents our communication. Sometimes we're impatient with ourselves of where we need to be because we're focusing on the goal and not the intention. Sometimes we're impatient with what's going on with our manifestations and law of attraction because we're going through so much emotional strain. So be patient. For those who wait are the ones that the journey will become much more beautiful and will be able to enjoy it, right? It's not only just the destination of being there, it's the experience of getting on the plane and going to that vacation and packing and, having those funny experiences. And you can go home and tell it's all of the memories along the way. So when we're impatient, we're not allowing those to happen. And I want to read this one to you guys because this is a beautiful one. So if I don't take care of it, it will never happen. Now is not the time to make a rush decision. You have made your needs known. Now leave it alone. You may block something wonderful from coming to you hasty. And I think this so aligns with some of your energy, because you guys were asking me, saying I keep self-sabotaging, keep overthinking. Don't overthink. It's time to just wait. It's time to just be. Just be in the state of now. It's time to let those energies flow. The new moon represents us looking inwards. It's not outwards. It's all about what we need to do inwards. They say that with manifesting, it's important to focus not too much on manifesting on the day of the new moon. You can after the new moon, but that day is focused on you. It's focusing on reflecting on the past week and things that you've gotten, the messages you've gotten. That's what it really focuses on. Let's talk about the heart. Let's see what our guides have for the heart chakra as I shuffle my cards. So heart, impasse. This is our sacral, which is so interesting because sacral and heart really connect. Sacral is a lot of our sensual energy. Heart comes with the love that is within us. And I want to read this one to you guys as well, just the beginning. This path is obstructed, rerouted. You are being rerouted to what you need to focus on through your emotions that you're currently experiencing. You are being rerouted of what is a priority in your life. You've already been rerouted the past couple months, but in doing that right now is really showing you what you need to focus on. This is a reroute, not an ending. And it's funny because I ironically did an angel number video on 999 yesterday. And it talks about endings. And it's funny because when you talk about that number 9, it represents ending of something, but it also represents the beginning of what's to come. So ask yourself, what is to come? And here it says the path is a block and you are the empath. So you're blocking yourself from your manifestation. You're blocking yourself for what your capabilities are. So ask yourself, instead of overthinking about what you don't have in control, think about what you are controlling. Think about what you can control. Think about being. Think about just letting yourself breathe, letting yourself feel. But the goal is to be still. It's just to be still there, to relax in stillness. Do not wait for your present situation to change. Stay focused on to find your another path. Sometimes when things don't work for us, it's because we're not supposed to go that way to make that manifestation happen or to go to that next step, right? So it's almost like a detour. Right now, people are being asked to detour because our replenishing of our energy and focusing on our heart space is more important than anything. So get creative. With the sacral chakra card, it's all about getting creative with how you're going to detour and how you're going to keep focusing on your wellness and not focusing on all the other things that can wait, that can really wait. And this brings me to my next card that fell out, self-worth. How are you focusing on your self-worth? When you're looking at yourself in the mirror, when you're feeling, and this is a great time to do mirror work, focus and look at yourself when you cry. Focus and look at yourself when you have these emotions and ask yourself, just think of the word self-worth and what comes through. How are you worthy? How do you make yourself worthy? How do you communicate that you are worthy? How are you being patient with yourself? Because worthiness isn't what you have, it's what you see. It's all perception. I talked about that earlier, right? It's not what you have, it's what you see. It's not what you have, it's what you love. It's not what you have, it's how you feel. Which brings us to dissipating. I got this card yesterday for you guys. Dissipating is another great one. This is where our solar plexus, and this is a lot on self-worth again. I am more than I think. I am more than anything, and I need to stop chasing after things and trying to make of myself, because right now source is asking us to take a rest, to take a break, to discover what our higher purpose is, to ground ourselves through replenishing so we can discover what is the actual message from this whole experience of emotions. What is the ancestral root trauma that I have to release in order for me to heal? What are all the things that I need to let go at this time? Because there is so much wisdom. This card fell out, guys. We're on a roll. Wisdom, heart chakra. There is so much wisdom in our heart that we are missing right now. And it's always been there. But now you are being called to let that come in. The last card that comes in is for our throat chakra. In communication, there is bitter and sweet. Whatever the messages that your guides are telling you at this time, moving forward in the next few days, is going to be good. And it's also going to be endings to new beginnings. So allow yourself to take it in, allow yourself to be kind, and just really, really journal these emotions. Please let it in, let that energy flow, let go of that emotion. I'm actually going to be doing an activity with you guys during the new moon ceremony that's going to be great for releasing. I will start the activity with you guys during the session. You can continue it after, which I'm super excited for. So that's our card reading. That was beautiful. I don't know if any of you guys resonated with that, but that was definitely, I feel like, a collective message that a lot of you as a collective have all been experiencing. And I want you guys to know that in all the journeys that we go through, there are times for pauses. There are times for extra times for being still. There are times where not just breathing is important. It's actually just important to just disconnect. And especially with new moon, where it's all about replenishing self-care and focusing on ourselves, the love within ourselves is definitely one of the biggest things that we're going to grow through. So I'll be focusing specifically on the heart space and self-worth during this new moon, because that's where a lot of people are feeling that emotional heaviness and release. And we're going to do a clearing and cleansing with that, along with some Reiki, which, if you guys don't know what Reiki is, it is the transfer of light energy. It's the transfer of positive energy. And the beauty of Reiki is it can be given distantly. So I can give it to you right now, as long as you're open to receiving it. And Reiki is all positive. It's a beautiful, beautiful energy. So again, if you guys are interested in that, please come. It'll be Sunday at 9 p.m. Eastern time. Be prepared to relax, have a yoga mat, have your blanket if you're cold in the space. Just get comfortable, but bring a pillow, lay down, and bring a pen and paper. Bring headphones if you can. I feel like headphones are so much better when you can meditate. And be prepared to disconnect after. Don't be on social media if you can, at least for an hour, depending on your time difference, after, to really resonate with the energy and allow that energy and the healing to align, as well as water, which is very needed. This reading has me so emotional in a good way, of course. Well, this live as a whole, actually, I really needed to hear everything. Thank you. No worries. Thank you so much, Ingrid, for being part of this. Thank you to each and every single one of you guys. It's funny how things happen and things aligned, and how we're meant to be here, and each and every single one of us. And whenever I do a live, there's always people who, like, even your comments, if you really look at it, you guys are so connected, like emotionally connected, right? So that is a great example of showing how us as a collective, if we're able to meditate together, just even if it's just a few people, we're going to see an impact with our neighbors, with the people in our household, because we're not only healing for us, we're healing for everyone else. And I'm going to be going over that today through why ancestral healing is so important in 2020. My video at 2:30 p.m. Eastern time, that is premiering today. So thank you so much. I'm so grateful for each and every one of you guys. We will do another live tomorrow at 1 p.m. Eastern time. Make sure you give this video a thumbs up. It truly helps, guys. I really appreciate it, as well as put a comment in the comment section on your experience with this and any questions that you have or feelings that you want to share. This is a safe space. I also have the Conscious Souls Manifestation Law of Attraction support group on Facebook. It's for anyone who wants support at this time, who are interested in making friends in manifestation, law of attraction, or has interest in that. That's all in the bio down below. So you can go check that out, as well as any other manifestation videos that you want to watch. Feel free. So thank you so much, guys. I really appreciate this. I appreciate you being part of the family. I'm so happy, and I send you so much love and so much light, and I will see you guys tomorrow. Thank you so much. I'm so grateful for each and every single one of you guys.